afternoon, everyone. I'm Rachel McLaughlin, and thank God I'm back. I know you guys have missed me. The Colts have an opportunity today. We've been watching and following along here today with the boys, and we're going to continue with the bets. They can get a playoff spot here with a win over the Raiders. And Hammer, on the other hand, though, has already clinched the Best Beer Gut in Beech Grove Award. Congratulations.
Hey, yeah, congratulations.
We're like 2 days into 2022, and I got somebody that's not even here all the time giving me the business. By the way, you should hear the filth, filth that comes out of Rachel's mouth before these cameras turn on.
So true.
I'm Jason Hammer, and yes, I do have the Best Beer Gut in Beech Grove.
Not as big as an 8-month pregnant ladies.
But I am also going to give you an array of winners. We got games, we got prop bets to get to, big slate in the NFL today. Let's make some money.
Hey, I'm Scott Long, and I try to stay out of it between the two of them. That is my safe spot. I curl up in the fetal position during the breaks. Hopefully no one catches that. But I've got winners. Oh my gosh, do I have winners? 7-3, last 2 weeks, 16-9. We'll talk more about it. Let's make some money right here, right now. Let's go.
This is All Indiana Bets, presented for the people, powered by Caesars Sportsbook and LUNAZUL Tequila. Feed the wolf.
Welcome to All Indiana Bets. I can't fit on the stool anymore. Thanks for starting your
Welcome to the party, pal.
Me and Hammer both.
Preach, sister, preach.
I gotta say, Hammer, that was funny about the Beech Grove, but you're looking about as good as I've ever seen you look. I am looking dynamite. We got the Star Trek Next Generation outfit over here. I love that look. There we go. She even did
Live
the
long and prosper, ladies and gentlemen. It's NFL Sunday with us here, and we are going to the check down. This one right here, I like it. Let's get started and see what we're doing here. First, we're going to start, of course, we've said it, we've been covering it already. Colts are one away from clinching a spot in the postseason. They look pretty good. They've been playing really well. They're hosting Las Vegas today in their regular season home finale. It's been a crazy week as far as the injury report, gosh, for both teams actually, and the COVID list as well with our QB question mark that has now been answered. So let's check in with our very own Olivia Ray. She's at Lucas Oil Stadium with the latest info you need to know. Olivia?
Good morning and Happy New Year from Lucas Oil Stadium. The Colts take on the Raiders later this afternoon. If they win, they officially clinch a playoff berth. Now, they are taking on the Raiders, who are on a 2-game win streak. However, Las Vegas will be out without their tight end, Darren Waller. He is still out with a knee, ankle, / also has not been cleared from the COVID list. However, for your Indianapolis Colts, in their first game of 2022, Carson Wentz will start, according to head coach Frank Reich. He has officially cleared COVID protocols and will give it a go this Sunday as the Colts try to win and get in, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the pick from, well, actually, there's no official pick. Scott has, shall we say,
Why is there no official pick from Scott?
Because Scott has he's a particular man.
Yes.
Likes particular things.
Oh my gosh, my wife right now is shaking her head. It's like, oh my Lord, you've got
If
to.
you were my husband, I would be annoyed, but I'm not because I love you.
Thank you.
So tell us the thoughts you have on Colts and Raiders.
You're not my husband because I love you.
Yeah.
So I love you.
That's so true. That is so true. Hey, last week I debuted a segment called Stop It. And my stop it is there's always a team you cannot bet on. Just stay away from them because you're always on the wrong side. My wrong side is the Raiders. Now, do I lean towards the Colts? I definitely do. I don't think the Raiders defense can handle the run game. I am concerned, though, of the defensive ends. That's the strength of the Raiders. And the offensive tackles of the Colts are not the strength of this team. So do I see possibly Carson Wentz throwing interceptions and keeping this close, even losing? It can happen. Point is, I'm all over the place. I like the Colts if you asked me, like twist my arm, but this is not an official pick for me.
He's just taking the easy way out, right?
That's
Sometimes you need a hero to step up to the plate.
So let's hear about
Where
your
is Mariah
hero
Carey?
player prop. We just renamed it, Pete.
So I happen to really like the Indianapolis Colts in this game. I'm willing to lay the 8, and I also have a player prop for you. How about Michael Pittman Jr.? This is the leading receiver for the Indianapolis Colts, and Vegas is really devaluing his worth right here. Look at that, 56.5. This is a #1 receiver. Yes, it's a run-oriented team. I got that. But this isn't like you're playing against the championship-level Ravens from years ago. I think Michael Pittman's going to be able to find enough holes in that Raiders secondary. 56.5 for wide receiver 1. This is absolutely doable. That is my first player prop of the day.
All right, so he's got the player prop, but Hammer is taking a stand. He's standing his ground. He's making a stand.
Oh, how much longer do we have to hear this?
Hey, I got to give you both equal measures of this crap.
Sure.
So your official play you'd like to make on this game, Hammer, tell us what it is.
There's 2 types of people in this world. If somebody's breaking into your house, there's the type that cower in the corner and they're afraid to do anything.
Right.
And then there's the alpha male that steps up and takes care of business, who's not afraid to lay the 8 points with the Indianapolis Colts, and that would be me. All joking aside here, this line has gone up a little bit the last couple of days, but I think if you're a Colts fan, the best news you could hear is that Darren Waller, the tight end for the Raiders, is out. The Colts have had a hard time stopping good tight ends this year, and Waller's one of the best ones. Without Waller, I don't know how much offense you can really get out of this Raiders squad. Yes, the Colts have some issues at tackle. It's not 100% for Indy, but I like them to cover 8. I would take the Colts up to 9 in this one. I'll lay the 8 with Indianapolis.
All right, guys, let's go back to Scott here. Now, we've given him a little bit of grief today,
Yeah,
but
he's
the
rolling.
man,
Read that.
is in fuego.
Those are some alpha male numbers.
My man is rolling.
16 of 9 at picking NFL games the last 5 weeks. So he's a really, I'm going to say it again, Scott. Tell us how you feel. Tell us what you're thinking here. Give us your first picks.
Most of the year, I have faded the Kansas City Chiefs. The last 4 or 5 weeks, and I have been all over the Bengals. I love the Bengals, but there are spots. The Bengals played an amazing game last week. They've been on a nice roll. But the weakness of the Bengals is their offensive line, and the Chiefs have a couple serious pass rushers. That's what's really changed this Chiefs team. That's why they're the best team currently in the NFL. Not enough points there. There's no weather issues. Both these teams are in the same geographic kind of region. So I love the Chiefs. This is the last time this year you'll probably get a number this small with the Kansas City Chiefs. Bang it. The Bengals are the best of the AFC North, but the Chiefs are better.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2 picks down and still plenty more to come. If you want to get a head start on the locking these plays in, as I said, they're on fire. So go to our website right now. We've made it really easy for you. All of the guys' picks are already posted. All you have to do is scan that QR code in the top right corner of your screen.
Now is the time to make those bets. Now is the time.
Yes, now's the time. Do it now because we're getting close. Click on the link to today's show. But right now, it's time for our first break, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversation about the boys in blue. Is the over the play in today's game, and should Frank Reich be the NFL's Coach of the Year? We will discuss that next in Love It or Leave It.
All Indiana Bats is presented by LUNAZUL Tequila. Feed the wolf.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is really comical here in the commercial breaks, and honestly, I don't wish it upon anyone.
We need to have a live stream of the
No, we do
commercial
not.
break conversation.
I
Can we do
really-
that?
You mean the last episode of our careers?
That'll be it.
Dude, none of us will ever find a job again ever live stream.
No, it's bad enough with you over here. I'm sitting too close. I feel like I'm guilty by association.
You're
It's
already
time to
pregnant,
play.
sister. What could happen?
Hey, Rachel, this is the Love It or Leave It segment. Just flip through it and ask
This
the
is
first
how it
question.
works.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna ask them if they love it or leave it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right.
Are you ready, Hammer? Do you love it or leave it?
Let's
First
play the
up, the Colts are hosting the Raiders this afternoon. This will be the 5th meeting in the last 6 years between Vegas and Indy. I still can't get used to Vegas. Each of the previous 4 games went over the total. Today's over-under is set at 46. Are you going to love it? Are you going to leave it? Right here Hammer?
First of all, it's really technically only the second meeting between Las Vegas and Indy, but that's
Thank
neither
you.
here nor there. I am going to go over on this one. It's not an official play for me. This total, it's really right on the spot. But I do think the Colts are going to have some success. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. And I think if the Colts can get a lead, the Raiders are going to have to throw the ball. That can create turnovers. And nobody really has been better the last couple of weeks at creating turnovers than the Colts have. So with all those things factored in, I'll go over. I don't love it, but I kind of love it.
So this segment is now love it or kind of love it.
Yes.
Scott, how do you feel?
I'll be a lot more succinct. I would be over on this game only because of the turnovers. Otherwise, I would this would be one of my best bets under, but I am concerned about the turnovers. The Raiders have not been scoring much, even when they win. The Gus Bradley defense is really solid. He's the reason.
All right, next up we have Colts head coach Frank Reich, as I call him, Monsieur Reich.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh.
French. It's French.
Is that a
It's
Martinsville
culture.
accent?
Yeah, now one of the favorites to win Coach of the Year in the NFL. Reich currently sits listed at plus 300 behind only Matt LaFleur from Green Bay. Hammer, love or leave. Reich, spit it out
What?
to win Coach of
What?
the Year.
Coach of the Year? What? I feel like Jim Moore right here. Playoffs? Coach of the Year?
Just go through puberty?
Frank Reich is the reason why the Colts are not in first place right now. It took him way too long to realize that the best player on this team is Jonathan Taylor and not Carson Wentz. Listen, I like Frank. He seems like a really good guy. But if you're talking Coach of the Year here, you got to win the division. They're not going to win the division. And I think they're not going to win it because of Frank. So I'm out. I'm 100% out
You're
on that.
still salty from the beginning of the year.
This is, you make a lot of good points, but that's a local yokel radio show host.
That's a number
take.
one rated radio show.
It is
host.
number one, and that works very well in Indianapolis. But the vote is national. And if I can get plus 300 on a guy who starred on the Hard Knocks TV show, and all of a sudden the Colts are rising. And yes, this team is really talented. They should probably have 2 more wins. I'm not saying it's the right Reich choice, but I'm telling you it is a good money choice because the Colts are rising with Reich, and it has to do much with that TV show. He's a nice guy. People want to vote for him.
Oh, yeah, he's a nice guy. Then give him a hardware store to run or something. You finished second place in a division that features the Jags and the Texans. Congratulations.
You're too rough. All right, let's go to our second pick. Scott, you're up first.
Yeah, wow. This is one of those weird picks where you're like, what's going on here? Why would you do this? Why would you pick the Vikings over
I
the
like
Packers?
it. I love it.
For those of you that are not aware, Kirk, it's very hard to say, Kirk Cousins not playing today. And normally you'd be like, well, that is going to move the line. It did. It moved the line by over 5 points. And it should, except Kirk Cousins is the antidote to a good playing offense on national TV. He plays great in these games you don't see except if you have the NFL package. Okay, I'm telling you, I don't even know who the quarterback is for the Vikings, but I do know they've got the Dalvin Cook, and he is a great running back who can run over the one weakness the Packers have, the rushing game. Packers flat without Cousins. This is a backdoor cover. I love getting 13 points in a divisional matchup on national TV. The coach is about to get fired with the Vikings. They will come. I don't think they're going to win. This could be real close, though.
All right, Hammer, I like your pick here. Tell us what you think about your second pick.
I am looking at the Miami Football Dolphins here, who are on a 7-game roll. They lost 7 in a row, but now they've won 7 in a row. And I know Joey Burrow is kind of getting all the attention of these second-year quarterbacks here, but look what Tua has been able to do with the Dolphins here. They're not just putting him in game manager mode. He's having to create some offense. He's having to make some plays, and he's played really well the last couple of weeks. He's throwing the ball around the yard. He's got some good receivers. And even though A.J. Brown is back for the Titans, and I think that's a big difference maker for that offense, I still like the Dolphins here. +3. I wouldn't be above sprinkling a little bit on that money line with the Dolphins here, but if I can get a field goal, I'm absolutely going to take that for one of the hottest teams in the AFC. Give me the Dolphins in 3.
Oh, we're adding a little bit of spice. I like
Sprinkle it on.
That's right. We waited long enough. It's time to give the people what they want. The hottest betting segment on the planet
Oh, here it comes.
is coming up next, so stick around for Scott's long shot. Do it, baby. Yeah.
Look.
The Long Shot, presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook.
Welcome back, you guys. Thanks for sticking around with us. We've got a lot more to cover over the last 10 weeks. Scott has been...
Oh,
he
please,
keep
keep talking.
The man, the long shots, this
Yeah.
is what you want, right?
That's incredible.
90% clip.
Wow.
Unheard of. First of all, you want this in long shots, too, because those are the ones that pay the dinero.
Yeah.
90%. Like, there's no
9
other
and 1
program
against the spread.
that's doing that.
You know,
Amen,
and
brother.
Then throw in all of them.
9 and 1
Covered
straight up.
outright. If you were on the money line right now, you're hanging out with Bezos. That's what's going on here. Or as my mom calls her, Bezo.
These
Silent S.
Yes. Scott Long's shot today is about the Steelers. And the Steelers, the Browns are a better team, okay? And Ben Roethlisberger he's been very up and down, but this is Ben Roethlisberger's potentially last game at Heinz Field. He even said it himself. You got Mike Tomlin. Man, when they are a dog going into the game, the Steelers, Mike Tomlin is facing the world. It is the greatest insult. He can motivate a team. Roethlisberger's last game, that place will be on fire. The Browns, the whole game will not be able to hear. I don't care what insurance company is sponsoring Baker Mayfield. He will just hear many voices in his head. And I am telling you, this one, don't spice, just drop a truckload on the money line. Cover this spread, long shot, 90%. Let's do it.
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
You took Minnesota tonight as well, right? They're
Yes.
getting 13.
Yeah.
Browns are laying 3.5. You like the Steelers. Why isn't Minnesota your long shot compared to Pittsburgh?
That maybe would have been in the past, but now I'm starting to feel the pressure of winning these games outright.
Okay.
So I'm taking the smaller spreads.
Don't do that.
Well, I did it with the Texans, and I did it with the Jets, and I won with them. And
You own that confidence, baby. You own it. 9 and 1.
Oh, my gosh.
Hammer, you're not as
my
successful.
TV
but we
wife
still
is
have
so
to
much
listen
better
to
than
you.
my home wife.
Tell us your next pick.
I love the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, if I had $1 for every time I'd bet on the Atlanta Falcons the last 3 times, I'd have $3.
Last 3 times.
So, listen, my record on betting the Atlanta Falcons is now 3 and 547.
Yeah, congrats.
But it was 0 and 547. I have been a Falcons machine, and I'm getting 2 touchdowns and a hook at Buffalo, where it's going to be cold. There's a winter weather advisory in effect. There's going to be maybe an inch of snow on the field before the end of the game. Temperature at kickoff will be in the 20s, and it's expected to decrease as the game goes on. Believe it or not, that's not Buffalo Bills weather. No. Buffalo wants to throw the ball. Josh Allen wants to throw the ball. I think you're going to see a lot of running. I think you're going to see pretty low point totals here. And if I'm getting 2 touchdowns and a hook, I will take that in this type of weather. Give me the Falcons plus the points.
All right, we've heard from these guys with their picks. Now it's time for the segment that I love and every girl that's on the television's motto, balling on a budget.
Yes.
This
There we go.
hair and wardrobe was provided by me. 4-leg parlay, $5 to win, get 60 back. Hammer, what you got?
So if you got just $5, let's say you spent a little too much on New Year's Eve and you're like, man,
Possibility.
my bank account is hemorrhaging. All you need is $5. You can make over 60 with these picks. The Steelers, like Scott said, Big Ben ain't going out like a punk on his final game. They're home dogs. That ain't happening. I like Green Bay tonight. As much as my representative from Iowa would say that this is a game where Minnesota can get a backdoor cover, Aaron Rodgers is a machine right now, and Minnesota's without their starting quarterback. We talked about the Colts. I like the Colts and the Texans. Yes, those Houston Texans, they're playing against a rookie quarterback. So, I understand the Texans stink, but they looked pretty good a week ago, and I don't feel real comfortable with a rookie quarterback laying basically 2 touchdowns. 49ers win, Texans cover, balling on a budget. There we go.
All right, guys, it's time for another break, but don't go anywhere because I think that Scott is going to have a dig back for the Iowa comment there that Hammer just made. And they're
He's the representative from Iowa.
That's right.
I don't commute from here. I've been here for 32
Yeah,
years, but
that's
that's
what I'm
okay.
talking about. It's
I still like
keep bringing it up.
Grassley, Scott Long, same person.
Thank you.
Larceny locks are up next. Also, their best bets. So this is all soon to come right after the break.
The Larceny Lock is brought to you by Larceny Bourbon. Steal a taste.
Here we
Welcome
go.
back, everyone.
Here we go.
I also have to do my disclaimer. There's not booze in my glass, but there is caffeine. Mommy shamers, beware. Welcome back.
And here come the main tweets.
Yeah, right.
Hey, and by the way, Rachel, you know Hammer is feeling good with this show because usually he says, "Is it time to go to the bar?" That's usually after the first segment.
Good, he waited. I like it. It's time for their Larceny Locks. These are our best plays of the day, brought to you, as always, by Larceny Bourbon. Hammer, give us your
good.
lock before you get too drunk.
I tell you what, I love the Steelers. Scott broke this down perfectly. It's the swan song for Ben Roethlisberger. Their dogs at home. Mike Tomlin. Listen, there's still a little bit of animosity about what went down in the playoffs last year, too. You factor all these things up, Steelers getting a field goal and a hook. Listen, the football gods sometimes shine down on those who have played the game. Big Ben's going to go out a winner in his home stadium.
All right, Scott, what about you? What's your lock today?
How do you get to 16-9? You bet a team that is called the Lions.
Wow.
There are 3 teams that have records of 10 or 11 wins against the spread. Those include the Colts. You know, the Lions are one of those teams too. Even though they haven't won hardly any games, they are always in these games. I'm sorry, the Seahawks have already given up. The Lions are still playing hard. Take the Lions. I love them today.
All right, nice. We need to take a very quick timeout, but stay right where you are. Hammer's going to give you some NFL prop bets you can take to the bank.
To the bank.
Take them to the bank.
We're rolling.
That's
We're making
coming up
money.
next on
They are.
Pop, lock, and drop it.
Welcome back. Time for prop, lock, or drop it.
Here we go.
Hammer is 11-6 on this segment over the last 7 weeks. I never thought it could happen, but he is killing it. And first up, we are doing Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow taking on the Chiefs. Joey is over/under for touchdown passes today. It's set at 1.5. Hammer, what's your thoughts on that?
Joe Burrow has been lighting it up lately. And a lot of people are on the Bengals today. They're a trendy underdog pick. I like the Chiefs today. And if the Chiefs are winning, the Chiefs are scoring, which means the Bengals are going to have to throw the ball to keep pace. I think Joe Burrow is going to have to get at least 2 touchdowns to stay in this thing today. 1.5 is the number. We are going to lock this in, and we're going over. I like the Bengals offense. I like their receivers. And I think this is very doable here, over 1.5.
Next up, we have the misspelled Dolphins in the teleprompter taking on the Titans. Miami quarterback Tua, and I don't do the last names because I don't want to get in trouble. Interception total is 0.5. Lock or drop it, Hammer.
So this is a little misdirection for you here, right? The Dolphins have won 7 in a row. Tua's played really well. Has put up good stats. But if you look at the game logs from like the last 4 weeks, my man's good for at least 1 interception per game. And the Titans defense is not going to get compared to the 85 Bears anytime soon. But I think Tua's going to throw the ball. And you're looking for opportunities here. So with that being said, I think the streak continues. We're going to go over. I like the Dolphins in this game, but Tua's good for 1 every game. We're going over 0.5 picks.
Now, the last one, and this is where I do need a teleprompter, the Washington football team.
That's their name, the football team.
Yeah, every guy over 50 needs that one. Hosting the Eagles, Washington's quarterback Taylor Heineke, 1.5 touchdowns. Hammer, What's your thoughts, lock or drop?
We are going to drop it like it's hot. We're taking it down low, under 1.5 passing touchdowns. Anybody that saw Washington's act a week ago, are you confident that Heineke is going to come out throwing the ball around the yard with 2 touchdowns to save it? And as somebody once told me about Jameis Winston, I think the same thing applies with Taylor Heineke. Do you want to put your hard-earned money on Taylor Heineke? I don't, and that's why we're going under 1.5 touchdown passes.
So I love this segment now so much that I wanted to jump in. I'm reading about Antonio Brown's contract. Now, Antonio Brown used to make $15, $20 million a year, and then all of a sudden nobody wanted him, except for Tom Brady. And Tom Brady got him a contract, and he makes $1.5 million a year, which is not with his spending habits. I don't think that's going to work well with Antonio, but he has incentives. He makes $333,000 if he makes 2 more touchdowns this year. I think it happens against the Jets. There is a bet, first touchdown of the game in that Bucs-Jets game. If he hits it, that's $575 plus.
Nice. That's the payoff we're looking for.
If he gets the last touchdown of the game, $850. Play them both. Put $5-10 on it. There's a big payment out on that one, and you need to talk to me on social media if you hit that at Scott Comedy, because I am tired of not making money off of these picks.
All right, when we come back, we will check in with the wise guy, Ryan Kramer. We're going to find out what he's got lined up. Meanwhile, I think I'm just going to stay at the bar here. I'm supposed to go back to my seat. I'm staying here at the bar. This is all Indiana Bets.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to All Indiana Bets. Unlike my Ball State Cardinals in the Camellia Bowl, and unlike his Virginia Tech Hokies in the Pinstripe Bowl, myself, Peter Hood, and the wise guy, Ryan Kramer, actually showed up today to make you some money. So, Ryan, let's get right to it. College football, bowl games aside, we're done with those. Put your money on the NFL. What's the first play?
Big Ben, let's go to Pittsburgh for his final game. You're telling me this isn't going to matter? You're telling me there isn't a motivation angle here, something we often look to the bowls to get the edge? Big Ben, Peter, 13-0. 13-0 against the Browns at home in his career. A lot on the line here. And as we mentioned before we started recording, they can still win the division. So there's a lot of motivation here, and I just love them to take down the Browns one more time.
All right, Ryan, play number 2 for you.
Let's stick to the home dog in the AFC North angle, and that's the Cincinnati Bengals. Catching all these points against the Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs teams that really, they've turned into a defensive team. The Bengals, they're playing for everything right now. They can clinch the division. They can win the division, secure a playoff bid for the first time in almost 2 decades. Second longest playoff drought in the NFL right now to the Jets. So I think, again, motivation is clear. Cincinnati comes out strong. Cincinnati takes the lead, and they're playing with confidence right now. I expect them to lock down the playoff spot, and the city of Cincinnati could be very excited this weekend.
All right, Ryan, we got playoffs coming up, just a couple weeks left in the regular season. People want to get your picks. They want to get picks from the Sports Gambling Podcast. How do they get there?
You know, you can find us at sportsgamblingpodcast.com or anywhere you download your podcast. Throw in Sports Gambling Podcast, and we've got you covered. Already into college basketball, finishing up college football, as you mentioned, and of course, NFL all the way through.
Hey, happy 2022 to you, my man. Hopefully next year's bowl games go better for our alma maters. What do you think?
Let's cash these tickets. Happy New Year.
You did good. Thanks, guys. Gosh, we're going hard on Peter today. Peter, we love you. All right, time for final picks. Hammer goes first. Tell us, Hammer, what your final pick is here.
So Scott talked a little bit about the Buccaneers, how Tom Brady's going to try to get the ball to Antonio Brown today. I think the Buccaneers are going to score. The Jets, not so much. This is why I'm taking the under in this game. You need 2 to tango. The Buccaneers are going to do their thing. I don't know how much help you're going to get from the Jets. This feels like a 30-10, 30-13 kind of game. And if that's the case, your toes are tapping with the under.
All right, Scott, what's your final pick here? Tell us your thoughts. Your final odds today, golden pony boy.
Yeah, you know,
Hey, golden pony boy.
Stay golden pony boy.
this is so great. Hammer was like, you know, don't put your money on Taylor Heineke, all these things, and I'm doing it. Here's where it comes down to. If anybody's been following me this year, if a team stinks like the Washington football team did last week, I have got to take those points. I mean, it's +6. I think it's a 3-point game. I don't trust that the Eagles won't win the game. I'm just telling you, that's too many. Once again, in a divisional rivalry, if you see most of my picks, they got to be 50% division rivalry games. I will take the underdog. Here I go again.
All right, guys, the McPick, I'm going to go ahead and say it, is mine is the Colts, Indiana girl. I went with them last time. I'm going with them again.
You won.
Yeah, and I did. So I'm going to stick with that. They've definitely going to be able to take on the Raiders today, in my opinion, especially because they got a couple players hurt, and we've got our quarterback back in, baby. All right, we are going to take another break, and it's time to head over to the Oakmont for another edition of On the Rocks.
What's that?
We're making Manhattans with our girl,
Lexi.
Lexi.
Lexi's back. All
Coming
right.
up next on All Indiana Bets.
On the Rocks is brought to you by Evan Williams. Bourbon done right.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to On the Rocks. Come to you today from the Oakmont in beautiful downtown Indianapolis. Here just off Mass Avenue on Delaware Street. Be sure to check them out. And we have Lexi back there going to make us a classic Manhattan today, right?
Yes, I am.
Looking forward to that. And a pleasure to have, as always, our global whiskey ambassador, Mr. Bernie Lubbers, in town. Bernie, how are you, my friend?
Doing great. I'm excited about this made with the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. The most restricted spirits in the world are bottle and bond. So show us what you got here, Lexi.
All right, first I'm going to pour in 1.5 ounces of the new Evan Williams. Give it a little bit dash of bitters. Gonna have 1 ounce of sweet vermouth in there. And now we're gonna top it off with our house-made cinnamon demerara.
Of course, Bottle and Bond, you're guaranteed a good age with at least 4 years old, and that is 4 years old. You're guaranteed a good strength at 100 proof for 50% alcohol. And you're guaranteed purity because nothing but pure water can be added. There's several other laws about Bottle and Bond you can look up, but this is what makes Bottle and Bond so special.
So now we're gonna pour it in the coupe. And we're gonna top it off with the Luxardo Cherry.
Yeah, the classic.
There you go. Would you like to try?
I would love to.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers, thank you. And to my man Gus, Coop, there it is. Oh, wow. Be sure to come down and try one of these at the Oakmont downtown Indy. Come see Lexi and the crew down here. Cheers.
All right, we've made our bets. Let's go to the big board here and recap how we're going to make our money today. So, first and foremost, I like the Indianapolis Colts today. Colts laying 8 points against the Raiders. Raiders without Darren Waller. That's a big deal because tight ends have been a problem for the Colts defense. I don't know if the Raiders can keep up. I like the Colts. Dolphins are getting 3 points. They've won 7 in a row. Tua is playing pretty well. The Titans, it's Jekyll and Hyde without Derrick Henry. I'll take the points with the Dolphins. 14.5 with Atlanta. Can I win 4 straight bets with the Falcons? Bad weather in Buffalo. I'll take 2 touchdowns and a hook. Steelers getting 3.5. The final home game for Ben Roethlisberger. He's not going out like a punk. Steelers win. Think about the money line here. Tampa Bay and the Jets under 46. Buccaneers are going to do their part. How much help can you get from the Jets? I don't think it's enough. These are my plays. Scott Long, what say you?
Those are the best round of picks I've seen you have probably all year. I like 4 of those right
Thanks,
there.
I think.
Yeah, okay, I'm the backhand compliment. Chiefs, that's not enough against the Bengals. Vikings plus 13.
Whoa.
You got to hold your nose on that one. I realize you'll thank me later, probably. Okay, here we go. Next pick, and that is the Steelers, just like what Hammer said. This is Ben's last game. Rah-rah, Mike Tomlin. He will have them on fire.
Crowd's going to be into it.
Lions plus 8. They are my friends all year. Thank you, Detroit Lions. Not enough people say that. Thank you, Detroit Lions. Washington football team, I've worked on that all week. I really just picked it because I know there's a lot of complaints that I want to talk about. A former thing that I've spent my whole life saying.
Right.
Washington football team.
The HR staff here at All Indiana Bets had to pull Scott to the side and
They
say,
did.
you know, they've changed their name over the last couple of years.
Do you know I have more Native American in me than certain senators?
Really?
I am at least 10% Cherokee.
Well, I have no idea what to do with that. So what we're gonna do is go to Peter Hood, our producer. He is a wheelin' dealin', kiss stealing, gambling machine. He's kind of like the Ric Flair of this show. And this is the segment we call Don't Tease Me, bro.
Woo!
Where it's a touchdown teaser. You can move the lines a little bit.
Woo!
You substitute the amount you can win.
Hammer, read the circle verse. What's the circle verse say?
But you feel good about the win.
What's the graphic say?
4-0.
4-0.
On touchdown teasers.
Congratulations,
this year.
I've never had more fun making a graphic than that one right there. Hey, Scott, by the way, I want you to know I put an entire paycheck on the Antonio Brown first touchdown.
there we go.
prop.
There we go.
So if it hits, I'm retiring. If it doesn't hit, I'll be sleeping on your couch for a couple months. Do we have a deal?
I'll just tell you, I want to mention this to Peter. That's $40 that was well worth done.
Go ahead. An entire paycheck from Peter.
Yep.
Congratulations on the $15 winnings.
Hey, I'm not well paid, but I have fun. That's all that matters.
There is
Isn't that right?
more money in this drink than what Peter makes.
You guys,
so go ahead.
We don't have much time left now. We've wasted all of it. You guys see the teaser there. Chargers, all they need to do is win. Drew Lock is starting for the Broncos. So that means the other team is a lock to win. That's the Chargers in this case. Cardinals are being disrespected here. That's way too many points against the Cowboys team that people are overvaluing after last week's demolishing of the Washington football team. And then, of course, what's my last team? I don't even remember. Somebody tell me.
You got Tampa Bay.
Oh, I got Tampa Bay. That speaks for itself.
It's his own
They're playing the
segment.
Jets. There's 3 to remember. That's a lot.
He's less than half my age and he can't remember
4-0.
it. Forget about it.
Right. We
Record
give him his
speaks for
own
itself.
segment.
Okay, we got to get out of this
Yeah,
segment. People want to hear the stop it. Come on, right now, right? That's the tease,
The
right?
new sensation that's sweeping the nation.
Stop it!
With Scott Long is coming up next on All Indiana Bets.
All Indiana Bets, presented for the people, powered by Caesars Sportsbook.
Thanks for sticking around, guys. We've spent the last hour wasting time, according to our producer, Peter, telling you which NFL teams that you should bet on, but there are teams that need to be avoided.
Do we have
too.
another Peter segment
Right,
coming
Scott?
up?
I
Please.
wish. This is a new segment, and I like how angry you get about it.
Yeah, I'm the old man on the road.
Yeah, you're
there.
an angry old man. Stop it. Get
Stop
off my
it.
lawn.
So I'm just going to say it right now. This is all about the New York football teams. The Jets, the Giants. I put on my glasses because since 2017, the Giants are 22-57. They're the 31st worst team in the NFL. Who's 32? The Jets at 21-58. My point is, stop showing them ESPN, NBC, CBS. I don't even think they should be on Amazon Prime. Put them on Epix. Stop it. Okay, now, let me tell you my next thing about them. I think maybe I've got something solved. Well, maybe you don't keep picking these quarterbacks that stink. The families don't know. Obviously, they know how to make money somehow, but they know how to throw it down the drain in New York. I know this is a flyover country speak, but Jets and Giants, I don't even want to read about them. Stop it. You saw the graphic on here. Between the two of them this year, they're 11-19 against the spread. People that think, oh, I'm going to catch them right on the right week. Stop it. Don't do that. Stop it. Don't throw your money out the window. I am done. I am off the hill.
Sweet land of liberty. team.
Oh my God.
I
The way he
sing.
says stop it gets me every time. If you miss any of the show, you can scan that QR code in the top right corner of your screen.
I'm a nice man.
And that will take you to the website. He is the sweetest, honestly, the sweetest guy ever. And then there's
Thank
just
you.
Jason. Their picks will be on the website. Thank
was
you guys
so-
for watching. Enjoy your NFL Sunday, ladies.
Okay,
and
that
gentlemen.
was a
Give me
good
full
throw.
football.
Good
See that
luck,
arm?
everybody.
Good luck, guys. Colts are
Kickoff
up next.
Coming up. Got your bets in place. Everybody good? Got your prop bets
Yeah.
in place? We'll be back next Saturday for the final Saturday show
Right.
of the year. 11 to noon, all Indiana bets.
Hey, now, Rachel, that throw as a pregnant woman was way better than Eason during preseason.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
May the
Have
odds
a
be
good
ever
day,
in
guys.
your favor. Good luck, everybody. Cheers.